right, so Trump's boisterous, no-nonsense approach to life, not just politics, is often held up as the reason that he won, that he became president in 2016. But we've got some researchers now who have come together and they are claiming that this is the very thing that could actually be Trump's undoing in 2020. So there's a new survey, it's from Vote Common Good, and what they've found is that there is an 11-point shift among evangelicals and Catholics in swing states, okay? Now this is when it comes to Trump support. Now that means that these people are apparently less likely to vote for Trump in 2020. In fact, many of these individuals actually see more biblical traits in Joe Biden than they do in Trump. And I know some of you are cringing when I say this because you're thinking about abortion and other policy positions being heralded by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and you're correctly noting that the candidates don't coincide with biblical traits on those issues. But I want to explain how this analysis works. So apparently respondents in these swing states were asked to evaluate both Trump and Biden on 7 biblical sins and virtues. And they found that the strongest elements pushing voters away from Trump, from their past support of Trump, are his lack of basic Christian kindness and perceived absence of Christian virtues. All right, so what are Christian virtues? You know, we get a sense of this in the Bible in Galatians 5:22-23. We're told that the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, kindness, forbearance, goodness, faithfulness, it's quite the list, gentleness, and self-control. Now, these are the virtues that we should have if we're Christians. And while many of us laugh at Trump's comical name-calling, right, we get a kick out of it, if we're being honest, calling people horse faces, making crude remarks, and going on the attack are all violations of the fruit of the Spirit, right? They're things we shouldn't be doing. And I get it. I've heard all the excuses. We didn't vote for a pastor-in-chief. He's not a politician. I don't care if Trump's a Christian. And the list goes on and on and on. But if we're truly being good witnesses to our faith, and if we're going to be truth tellers worthy of that Galatians 5 persona, we have to at the least admit that Trump often does lack these virtues, and that it's not really a great thing for him, for the presidency, or for the country. Now, at the least, it's unhelpful. Let's at least agree on that. So it seems that religious voters are willing to look past a lot, but that some religious voters are really not willing to look past the meanness or the lack of kindness. Now, I have no idea if Trump's going to lose evangelical or Catholic support, and if we're being honest, it's clear that the president, despite his mean tweeting, has delivered on a lot of the promises he's made. He's given us conservative judges. He's bolstered religious freedom. He's, spoken into the pro-life issue repeatedly. And then there's this insanely unexpected peace push in the Middle East. So he has done a lot to make evangelicals and other religious voters happy. It's clear, though, that, again, some Christians are looking for that kindness. And if I'm being honest, his lack of kindness at moments has been really troubling to me, and I voted for him in 2016. So we're just going to have to wait and see how much of this matters at the polls. How much of this really deeply moves individuals in this country. There's a lot of time ahead of us. We've got debates. We've got to get through 4 of them, 3 presidential debates, 1 VP debate, and a lot of space, even though it doesn't feel that way, between now and the election. So it'll be fascinating to see where it lands. But at the end of the day, kindness matters. And if these polls are to be believed, there's some trouble in the Trump camp that they've got to take into account.